preparing to do something crazy. Hey, you guys, welcome to Innervision FM. What's up, man? I had a nice weekend. Got refreshed. Had some crazy meeting. Had an hour and 20-minute meeting with the GOP in Colorado, and w- yeah, I'm using this app that's supposed to tell you where all your voters are and all that kind of stuff. And so that's going to be interesting. So, uh, but then I found out that you can text to this app, but they'll charge you. Also, you can I guess you can have an automatic dial, but they charge you for that. And I said, man, the stuff they can create with these little apps. Hey Joe, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, man.
Let's see here.
It's,
I'm looking for that video. I'm gonna send it to
hey,
you.
you know what? I wonder if we could like show like a little bit of it. Like, is it like mostly music and or just
Well, it's video and music.
yeah,
It may cause problems with content
copy? Oh yeah, because the
copyright.
music. Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
because of
yeah,
music.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I forgot about that.
yeah. I'll send it to
Uh,
Alan too.
what's a nice show is called From Music to History to Headlines, True Culture and Sound on Innervision FM. And there's some stuff I didn't put in here. T tomorrow, we're gonna have a interview with this lady named Nancy Joe. She's a poet and a song person, kind of person. Um, and we did the song a long time ago called "My Son." She did it for her son's graduation, and I knew this guy who did the hip hop version and had a girl sing the lyrical thing. I don't even know if I still have it up, but that was like, whoa, how many years ago? I think maybe 15, maybe 20 years ago. I mean, just time passes.
I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember back that far.
Yeah.
I gave my coffee. Hang on.
Yeah. So this young man, he should be, let's see, if we did this like 15 or he's like, I guess in his 30s now. Wow. Time does fly when you're having fun. And that was pretty fun. I remember that was during the time we did this event, and there was guy his company was called Evil Empire, and I remember we did this show, and this guy named John, who was one of my hip hop artists, he said, Johnny, I don't want you to do nothing, just play the music, and I'll take care of everything. So I said, well, hell yeah, I can just relax, play the music, and then that's it. So that's what I did, just play the music, and just relax. And then at probably 1:30 in the morning when the show was done, he comes up and he asked me, so how much money did we make? I said, I don't know. You told me to relax. And it turned out that evil empire put his people at the door and he took the whole door. And that place was packed. So I think they were charging, I don't know, maybe $5 at the door, but the place was packed. And so I said, man, when you tell me,
Who took the door money?
well, okay, back then we were working on it was this rapper that because I like to he was a young guy and I said and if they want to take charge I said fine eventually you're gonna take charge anyway. So this guy rapper named John and we had Innervision. I put together a show and then we partnered with this other group, this guy, and he called his company Evil Empire. Right.
Oh,
So John told me, he says, Johnny, don't do nothing but just play the music and I'll take care of everything. And I said, because I thought he's been watching how I do stuff,
hmm.
right? But apparently he hasn't watched all the stuff I was doing as far as like how to collect the money, who to have at the door collecting money, and all that kind of stuff. So at the end of the night, he comes up to me. I'm sitting there relaxing, drinking my Pepsi, whatever. And he comes up to me and says, "Well, how much money did we make?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "You said you were going to take care of everything." So I just played the music. And he says, I didn't, and his wife was there, so she could have collected the money. But what even Evil Empire did was he put his people at the door. They
Yeah.
collected the money and they were gone. So,
Guess they lived up to their name, huh?
yeah, yes. Oh man. So, but he did write a nice song for Nancy Joe's son, and so anyway, so Lamar will have her on the show. So, so like there is something in her name. If it was called Angel Empire, then it would have been something different. So, ah. So anyway, oh, I don't know where Alan is because I think he's still chopping wood, or I think sometimes his roommates come up and they say, "Let's go grocery store shopping," and either you go now or you don't go at all. So something like that could, or sometimes he oversleeps because if you're totally blind, sometimes day is night and night is day.
Did he
So
have, he was saying last week he had to go do stuff that would take him all day, and he had to pay so much money to get into town.
yeah. Yeah, so probably off doing that. So this weekend, it was full of Christmas parties. I canceled two of them because I said just too much food. Because you go there, it's a lot of food and everything like that. So we went to IKEA on Friday. We did the 2 o'clock one, did the raffle and all that kind of stuff. And I paced myself. Now my wife, she didn't pace herself. 'Cause she, and then she had me split like I think it's some kind of apple strudel pie or something like that.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. So we split that. So then we go to the next place, and then they had, you know, three different types of sauce. One red without meat, one with meatballs, one Alfredo, and then this big old salad, and then ice cream. So uh, I went through it twice, but she went through to get the ice cream. They cleaned that ice cream out. So it was like ice cream with nuts on it and all that kind of stuff. And it was like, psh, it was gone. Because
You know what kind of ice cream they like here?
what,
Sealess, which is chilies.
chilies?
Yeah.
How do you
Chili
do that?
peppers in ice cream.
Wow. That's kind of an interesting combination.
No thanks. And cheese. Cheese ice cream. It's like they
Hmm.
put cheese on everything. It's like, come on.
Oh man. Is it melted cheese or just regular cheese?
No, it's like kind of like Velveeta, but not
Oh
as
yeah, with the
tasty.
creaminess. Oh man. So it was interesting. I think I had more fun at the second because I just knew more people at the second one, and we just had there was a lot of other people at the first one that didn't exactly know. We have a friend who I think she's gonna turn 99 January 3rd. So she's turning
Yeah, for my
so
birthday,
hey, so yeah, so she's turning 99 and you're turning whatever
72.
72. And so we didn't get a chance to see her there because we came at 2 and I think she came like at the 4:31 and she never goes there to eat. She brings like her purse with a little bag and she puts the food in her purse, I mean in this little bag container for food and stuff like that. And they never say anything because they figure, well, she's she's older, so why don't bother the lady, right? Because it's all these signs saying do no boxing of food to take home or we'll
Yeah,
provide no doggy bags. But this lady, she brings her own. And she just goes around from table to table and talks and enjoys the company. She says, I never come here to eat, but I come here to enjoy the company. So anyway, uh, got a lot of stories. Um, a lot of stuff happening here. Oh, let's see. this day in music history. Yeah. So we got a mix of 1967. This movie, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier, which they
Yeah,
made
that
a
was a good.
remake out of that. I didn't like the remake. It's like, I
It's
think
hard
they
to
tried to
beat
flip
Sidney
it.
Poitier's acting, though.
Yeah, I
Remember the
mean,
other movie he was in, To Sir with Love?
oh, I used to watch that every year.
Yeah, that was so good.
And then they made, I think, part two, and it wasn't as good as, I don't know. Sometimes
Yeah, it wasn't.
just leave it alone. Oh man. But yeah, that was a good one. Because at the time I was just like a kid and I'd never been to anywhere outside the country for a long time. So every year would wait for it to come on there. And then I bought the I think the DVD, and I guess now you can stream it and stuff like that. So but that's yeah. And then next 1970 in the Smokey Robinson uh Tears of a Clown. Remember that
Here's
one?
a Clown, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Smokey was a prolific writer, man. He was kicking out songs left and right. And then 1977, Saturday Night
Daytime
Fever.
Fever. Bee Gees.
Yeah, yeah, Beaches were all over. I
Well,
used to
Saturday
like,
Night Fever had John Travolta and
yeah,
who was the Australian girl? Olivia
Olivia Newton-John.
Newton-John. Yeah.
Now, what a terrible ending for her. I mean, she ended up with breast cancer and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and just just wasn't happening for her. And then they were complaining like she was playing in this movie called Grease, and they said, well, she might be too old to play a high school person,
She
you
played it
know?
well.
Yeah, but she did it well.
Yeah.
She definitely did it well. Then 1984, oh, the group YouTube talking about your play yesterday. Didn't he do a part on stage where the temptress would come and tempt him on stage and stuff like that?
Oh, you too? Yeah,
Yeah,
it seems they did that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I saw them in California on the lineup. It was David Bowie, YouTube, and Stevie Nicks, and I'm not sure. I think that was the main lineup. And it was like the back in the days when he would climb on the scaffolds. I said, "Whoa, that is pretty dangerous." But he would climb on the scaffold, and I remember, let's see, David Bowie was pretty cool. And this is kind of it. So we took one of those buses out there that, it's one of those concert buses. And we thought, well, we'll get on the bus early and maybe the bus will take off and go. But we didn't know the rule was the bus is not leaving until the concert is over,
Huh.
right? So we stayed until Stevie Nicks came on. And Stevie Nicks is kind of flirtatious on stage. I mean, she was doing all kinds of stuff tempting these guys in the audience. But and then I guess we watched a little bit of David Bowie and said, we're kind of tired, so we're gonna go back to the bus and wait. And we just thought, naively, and it was kind of weird. This is in California. So we get back to the main part of the city where we can catch another bus to go because she's vision impaired, I'm vision impaired. She could see a little bit more than I could. So she said, I need to go, I'll go to the restroom. So we go to this donut place, right? And so the guys, she says, can I use your bathroom? So she goes to donut and I'm standing there and I'm thinking like, the guy disappeared because he was like around the front, sort of like, you know, arranging donuts and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And then she come back and she says bye and as if nothing happened. And then she says, he was back there trying to to, to do things that he shouldn't be doing on the job. And I'm thinking like, I guess no supervisor, so it's late at night. These guys think, well, hey, maybe I'll get lucky.
Wow.
California was just the weirdest place
Still
because
is.
it was, yeah, if you can imagine things, most likely it will happen. And it's just, I don't know, just I always had that thing. I had a better sense of gut feeling, and I don't know if it was just the magnet of the water or stuff like that, but out there, I could almost like since just when craziness was going to happen and stuff like that. So California was interesting. Ah, so anyway, so yeah, that was during that time of the Bee Gees and oh, U2.
And you too, you know, those guys, they their first album was really good. Second one was good. Third one was blah.
Hmm.
And we're gonna be bigger than the Beatles.
Is that what? Oh, he said that?
Yeah,
She,
John Bono or not what was his name?
yeah, Bono.
Bono, yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna be bigger than the Beatles, and it's like probably not.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
they went downhill shortly after that.
Oh man, shoot, that was crazy. Let's see. And
Couldn't
then
even eat sliced bread.
she. And then of course 1995, R&B and hip hop blends together, the crossover stuff. 2016. Oh, 2016 streaming took over, I guess, selling of
Downloads.
albums and
Yeah.
oh man, I miss those days. The big album and stuff and and just opening up an album and seeing how what artwork they would do with the albums and stuff like that. But sad. Oh well. And then Christian artists reach fans worldwide, I guess. Newspaper, culture, news. Oh, and this is concerning Rochelle, Rob Reiner's wife, and him. They were both uh
Stabbed in their apartment. You know,
yeah.
the original thing that came out with that is two people that kind of match their description were found in their apartment. So
Mm.
was it really him? I mean, he's pretty well known and recognizable. Why wouldn't somebody recognize him if that was them or not?
Yeah, and
Two
I
people
guess
that
this
match the description.
I guess the son was having problems with drugs because they I just heard on my feed here that initially they didn't take him into custody, and now they did take him into custody with a four I don't know if it was a $4 million bond or now it could be like 4,000. It must have been like maybe at 4 million. I just remember the four number, and then I remember like 2 years ago my niece she I don't know who she brought home or whatever, but she ended up getting stabbed to death in Aurora. And
Really?
till this very day, they have not found the murder. So I wonder. Well, I was gonna say I wonder how long it's gonna take them before they bring in somebody. But it seemed like it was less than 24 hours. And the craziest thing is like if you're stabbing somebody, and well, I never hung out with her when she drinks. I didn't know if she was one of those person that passed out, like dead cold and you know didn't know what hit her and stuff like that or what. But I'm thinking like you're in an apartment building, you're gonna hear something, but and then some people said maybe it was somebody that she knew. So,
Yeah.
but we won't know unless they have some better DNA or I guess when I get to heaven we'll figure it out. So anyway, so that was that. And then oh, and then I heard okay, she took the iconic picture of Donald Trump cover of his book, The Art of the Deal. Now, I just read the audio version. I read the audio version with him talking it, and but I never really like asked anybody what the cover was about. And I heard, let's see, I heard she came. I think I heard she came to Colorado to do some photography. But yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Huh.
I was familiar. So the guy they used to call Meathead and oh well, I guess um he says some of his childhood was similar to Archie Bunker and him in that the the sitcom. So
Yeah. in real life, they're polar opposites too.
Hmm. Oh yeah. That's wild.
Carol O'Connor, he's a conservative,
Oh, okay, yeah. That's good to hear.
and Rob Reiner, I mean, he's a flaming liberal,
Hmm.
just like he played.
Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, now this one, I seen a show on, well, I heard a talk, well, one of those old radio shows, and this guy had found out that this rich guy had some money, and he was traveling with this other guy who had a limp, and he got to the place, and I guess he did away with the guy with limp and pretended that he was the guy, and the police says, "Are you sure about this story?" And the guy said, "Yeah." And then it comes to find out that the guy who had the limp, he did away with the real rich guy or the guy that was gonna come to inherit the money. And so they were following the guy with the limp, but then this other guy got rid of the guy with the limp, who got rid of the guy who really deserved the money. Oh man, it was one of those uh, flip the script. So this
Sounds like
lady,
a Three Stooges skit.
so this lady, I guess she says, "I'm gonna try to see if I can pretend I'm the heiress of this guy, and the still this was it 14 million?"
14 million, huh?
Yeah, so she didn't get away with it. I didn't read the rest of the story, but you guys can go and find out the rest of the story about how did they figure it out it was her. But I have a feeling it's probably something similar. She's just, and there's some people that hustle that think they're smarter than the average bear, and it's like, nah, not really. It's like it's like some of those things you said, like the perfect crime. So some people just get away with stuff just by accident. Now, this one 50 cents, this was the number one, um, I guess, Netflix in America and in England, because 50 Cent, he gathered all this footage. And I can't believe some of these guys, I guess Diddy was talking to his lawyer and says he had the guy set up and film. Then he had Jamie Foxx following him around. He says, and Jamie Foxx was like, well, should I videotape this? Should I videotape this? So somehow these guys, I guess they love documenting stuff and they don't think that it's ever going to leak out. And
Hmm.
I'm not exactly sure because I watched a little video about this. Somehow Diddy decided to date and have a baby by Tupac's girlfriend after he died. And I'm not exactly sure what's up with that or what was the conquest in that. But Diddy was a pretty strange guy. I know this guy named Reggie Rocco who used to be in the music business back in Atlanta, and he says this guy was just pure evil.
Yeah.
And he said sometimes he said he got out of business and went into something else because what they would do is they would record the music, then another guy would take the music upstairs and then they would do their evil chants over the music before they
Yeah.
send it out. Just crazy stuff, man. And and he says like most of the people that are these supposedly gangster rappers are living a alternative lifestyle. And they're only, playing the role. So the music business is not what it seems to be. So anyway, so he appeared on the Sherry Shepherd show, which I never heard of her, but she seems like she's pretty cool. So and it was so funny. They were talking about, are you single? And he says, and she says, Lord Jesus, if it's your will, let me get with 50 cents. And I guess through all the stuff that I've never seen this series. He's been doing this series on I don't know if it's HBO or Netflix, which is kind of popular, but I refuse to pay for HBO. It's like, no, no, too much, too much. And I barely am gonna pay for Netflix. I may have to get my daughter's subscription or whatever. I don't know.
I'm thinking real strong about dropping Netflix. We got Netflix again. It's cheap, you know. It's and the television programming here is just garbage.
Isn't that good?
It's non-existent basically. You have three or four channels, and
Like the old days. Yeah, when
you know,
you only have,
everything here is like the old days,
you know,
except the gays and stuff.
when I went to Moscow the first time, it was like being going back into the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like a little bit more of a simpler time. And we go in the building, they would have fans, no air conditioning, right? Or you would get on the buses, no air conditioning. The air conditioning was opening up the windows.
Yeah.
And
See, here, the buses, if you get on a bus here, you can get on a air-conditioned bus.
mm,
You freeze in when, when
freezing.
you can't adjust it.
Oh man.
Or no AC bus, it's cheaper, but it gets extremely hot in them. So
Hmm.
nothing in between.
That sounds almost like California. At night, I don't know if they do it to make it where people don't want to stay in the bus and fall asleep, but you almost have to wear like a winter coat getting on the bus at night in LA in January.
You know?
Because I mean, I feel bad for the drivers, man, but they must know. They probably wear long johns and all that kind of stuff. And of course, people this past let's see, Saturday the 13th was Catwoman's birthday. We lovingly call her um, Taylor Swift. Her birthday was, was this weekend. So the original cat lady. Yeah. And she calls fiance, whatever his name is, the love of her life. We'll
Travis
see.
Kelsey.
Yeah, Trev. Yeah, we'll see how
Last
long
week
that
we
lasts.
talked about she's hoping he didn't remember they were engaged.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and this one. So they've been looking in space and they've been seeing this U UFO sort of like doing certain things in space. Uh, yeah, and it's just moving closer and closer to Earth.
This
So
Batman shining his bat.
did you hear that that balloon that was traveling over the United States from China? That it was a guy from America that had a balloon company and he was connected with China. And it's like, okay, another inside spy. Oh well. Oh, and have you noticed that? Okay, with the AI coming in, and we find out that we need more water, and now and this is I disagree with Trump this way. Okay, if you could do this for these technical guys, would say we need more energy, more power. So they're starting to put together restart the nuclear building to give the AI more power. But this thing can power and lower the price for the average person. And have you noticed that they haven't been talking about climate change as much? Because sometimes I listen to the left-wing stations and they'll come up with climate change. And I've noticed that climate change talk has been going smaller and smaller and smaller.
Except for what's his face, the originator of some of
Oh,
that stuff. What ex-vice president? What's his name?
uh, is it Al Gore?
Al Gore. Yeah.
Yeah. And Greta, she went on another thing. She's been trying to get food over to the Gazans, but that hasn't been working out too well for her. So, man, I wonder, does she have like crazy eyes? Somehow,
Yeah,
I just,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
imagine she has these
How
crazy
dare
eyes.
you?
Man, I feel bad for whoever gets with her.
Well, if they get with her, they're asking for it.
Oh yeah, she.
If
Oh,
they can't see crazy in her eyes, there's something wrong with them.
oh yeah, yeah. Now this one, this name triggers some people. So if you say the name Dick Van Dyke,
Dick
it
Van Dyke,
triggers.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they said when they write it out, they put these little circles around it so it doesn't spell out Dick Van Dyke. It's like D and then these little circles and then CK. I can't imagine the name Dick
Huh.
Van Dyke, just the name Dick triggering people. So sometimes they say they'll call him Richard or Rick just to avoid calling him Dick. God, man, there's a bunch of snowflakes in the world.
No doubt.
Uh, but happy birthday to him. His birthday he was born in 1925.
Yeah.
Gee, still going strong.
Yeah, I seen something on. He was on some TV program dancing.
Is
I
that?
mean,
Yeah.
big time dancing. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, get it on, Mr. Van Dyke. Yeah. Oh, and when we want to also promote Mike Johnson, Never Derailed, you go get that on Apple Music. Forget Spotify. Get it on Apple Music. And like I said, I had to reapply because I thought I applied for it, and it said this. I guess I didn't click the button to say yes, and so it bumped out. So I applied again, and then Johnny J. Krew, Johnny Krew, and then Toni Negus experience is out there. So go out there and check those out, and do our Cash App, Innervision, capital J. And if you want to give us any suggestions, Johnny at innervisionrecords.org. And if you want to promote some stuff, make a donation of $25 and we'll promote your stuff. You can come on and make an announcements and all that kind of stuff. So
Need to
anyway,
work on Victor Marks getting on your show.
oh yes. Wait a minute, isn't Alan in charge of that?
I don't know.
Huh. Well, I think I gotta get back at him. I gotta get him. I said, come on, that's because you gotta book, get into this booking of people. Oh, and then Wednesday, Wednesday we might have this guy named Lorenzo Garrett on our show because he has an interesting story. We lost touch for 15 years, and the story he told me about what's been going on. I mean, I had to lift my hat to him that saying, "Hey, instead of you know doing what he could have did, because I'm a musician and stuff like that, he went and did the right thing." And we'll talk to him a little bit about that and his music Wednesday. Hopefully he can come on Wednesday and tell you a story. But tomorrow, Nancy Joe and talking about her poetry and stuff like that, and go from there. All right, man. You have a
Okay.
fantastic morning. It's your day. It's my